Hello. So by this point, you should have just come up with something and drawn a wallet real quick, and also watched a video to learn about design thinking. And now we're going to meld those two things together and use the design thinking process to build a wallet. To start with, you're going to need to get some paper. You can either print out the worksheets attached below, or simply put the heading on each step would be just fine on blank paper. And you're also going to need a partner. If there's someone in your house, maybe like parent or aunt or sibling, who would like to do this with you, that's awesome. If not, you could video conference pretty much anyone, as long as they're old enough to understand the activity. It will take about an hour and 15 minutes. So at this time, go ahead, pause the video, and go get some paper, some pencils, and a partner, either virtually or right here with you. Now, let's move on to the first part of the activity. So if we recall from the design thinking process, the first step is to empathize. And that means really understanding the problem. Because now you're not making your idea of an ideal wallet, you're making the perfect wallet for your partner. And to do that, you really need to understand what's useful and meaningful to them. In order to understand your partner, you're both going to interview each other. And for this, go ahead and grab a timer. You can use the one on your phone or Google one on your laptop. At this point in the process, you're trying to figure out what really makes a wallet perfect for them. Talk to them about things like size, what they keep in their wallet, when they use their wallet, if they've ever lost it, and try and kind of draw out from some stories from them. Now, go ahead, pause the video, and you and your partner interview each other for 4 minutes each. Great job! Next, you want to dig deeper into some of those stories you got a glimpse of from before, or ask some new questions to learn more about their wallet habits. And again, take notes as you go. For this, interview your partner first. Congratulations, you've completed the first step in the design thinking process, empathizing. The next step is to define the problem. To begin this step, each partner should independently respond to the questions: what is your partner trying to achieve? Maybe from your earlier interviews, you came up with that they're really looking to make transactions quickly and minimize the bulk of their wallet, or comfortably take out cards. But whatever it is, write it down. Then go beyond that and find some insights. These are going to be new learnings about your partner's feelings and motivations. What's something that you've seen about your partner's experience that maybe she or he hasn't seen? And at this point, you're definitely not moving verbatim something over from your interview. You're trying to go beyond what they said and grasp meaning from it. Perhaps your partner hasn't explicitly said it, but you're getting the impression that they're worried about people having to wait in line behind them when they're purchasing things at the supermarket, and that's why they want to be able to get their cards out of their wallet quickly. Or maybe they're a simplistic person and they're looking for a bare bones wallet, nothing with, sequins or sparkles, something simple. So, independently, you and your partner take 3 minutes to answer those questions. Pause and come back. Excellent. Now, with those goals and insights you've put down, make that into a problem statement and take a point of view. For example, Peter could be your partner's name, and he might need a way to access his cards because he wants to make transactions quickly. But your partner is definitely unique, and chances are won't have the same needs. But put your partner's name, a chief need, what they're really looking for, and something a little surprising like why or but. Spend 3 minutes to craft your problem statement and pause the video, then come back. At this point, you've finished defining your problem, exactly what you're trying to solve for your partner. And the next step is to come up with ideas of how you could fix it. So write your problem statement again and come up with at least 5 radical ways to meet your user's needs. Definitely don't feel boxed in by only wallet attributes you've ever seen. Definitely go big if you think maybe he could have a sticky wallet. Maybe it needs to look like a dragon. Or maybe we're going to come up with an entirely new way to reinvent a wallet. Here's your space to do that. And once each of you sit down independently and spend 5 minutes on this step, come back and I'll explain the next one. Now, once you've come up with these ideas, you need to share them with your partner because, in the end, they are the one you're designing a wallet for. So, capture feedback on them. And remember that you're not looking for the perfect wallet for you. You're looking for what's best for your partner. So, don't feel down if they don't like some of your ideas. Definitely latch in on what they do like so you can use that later. Be sure to take notes so you remember what your partner liked or didn't like, and take turns spending 5 minutes each. Pause and then return to the next step. So here we have finished the ideating step, step 3 in the design process. So you guessed it, the next step is prototyping. Here you want to figure out from all those ideas you had before and what your partner thought of them, a way to combine into the perfect wallet for your partner. Sketch your ideas, and if there's multiple moving parts or such, you can do multiple views of your wallet for clarity. Spend 3 minutes on this and then come back for the next step. This was the prototyping step, coming up with exactly what the idea would be. And now what you need to do is build and test the idea. So here you're actually going to want to make your partner a wallet from stuff you have around at home. Maybe grab some paper, tape, straws, pipe cleaners, cereal boxes, whatever you have lying around that you can make a model of your wallet with and bring those back. Then spend 10 to 15 minutes constructing the wallet you drew in the prototyping phase. Pause, and when you come back, share the wallet with your partner and have a discussion about what worked, what could be improved, questions they had, and their ideas. This step should take 3 minutes. And then switch so you both share what you made. Now you have completed the entire design process, started with empathizing and interviewing your partner to figure out what was meaningful to them about wallets. The second step, you defined the problem to figure out exactly what you needed to solve for them. The third step, you came up with ideas on how to fix your partner's wallet woes and got feedback on those. The fourth step was coming up with a prototype, which you drew on the last page, and you've just finished the final step, building and testing your prototype to gain more feedback. And keep in mind that the design process is circular. So just because you've built and tested one idea doesn't mean that in the real world, engineers wouldn't go back to the beginning. Because sometimes you will find out that your ideas don't always work, but you learned something from trying them that could lead you to breakthrough when you try again. So now just take photos of each page where you answered questions and took notes throughout this process, and take a photo of the prototypes you and your partner built. And be sure to keep those prototypes handy because you will need them for the next assignment.